Hi friends, welcome back. So today I'm bringing you guys finally my updated foundation slash contour routine. I'm going to go into detail about both. I'm going to be doing a cream contour and a powder contour and of course my foundation, and this is so overdue. Honestly, every time I link my foundation routine in the bottom bar, like I know like it's just not good. It's just not good. There's a lot of cream contour videos out there, especially since Anastasia came out with her cream contour kit, but I feel like everyone does it different. Everyone has their own kind of method, style, preferences, so why not show you guys mine? So if you guys want to know how I do my foundation and my contour routines, then just keep on watching. Okay, so right now we're starting off with a bare face, like you would before you put on your foundation. So what I'm going to do first is prime my face, which is what I always do every single day, no matter what. Priming is just going to make it so that your foundation lasts a little bit longer, glides on a little bit smoother, maybe cover up some pores if that's what you're doing, mattifying your face if that's like the primer you're choosing to go for. But I usually go for two primers that are my favorite. I use both of them like in conjunction. I use them separately too, but mostly in conjunction. So my two favorite primers are the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Primer, which just looks like this. I love this primer because I feel like it's so moisturizing and just revitalizing, and it just makes everything feel so nice. Plus it smells like straight pina colada, and I live for pina colada. If you know me, you know I live for pina colada. I mean, I live for anything that's really like a frozen drink, but pina coladas especially. So anyways, I'm just gonna apply this one all over my face first. I take usually about 2, maybe 3 pumps if I feel special that day and just rub it in between my hands and just apply it. I feel like it has a slight like tightening effect, which I really love. So my second favorite, well, not my second favorite primer, my other favorite primer, I think I like them both equally, or maybe I like this one a little bit more. My other favorite primer is by Tarte, and it's the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer, and this is what it looks like. It comes like in a little baby jar. This one I use more in the T-zone just so that my pores are a little bit more blurred, which I feel that this does an amazing job, better than the Clean Slate Poreless primer by Tarte. You know how the Benefit Professional is like really silicone-y? I love that this one isn't really that silicone texture. It's kind of just more smoothing, and like I love it so much. Like I just love it a lot. So I'm just gonna apply this right in the center of the forehead and on my nose, because around this area is where I have the worst pores, or the most visible pores I should say. Oh yeah. So if you guys have been watching my channel for a little bit, then you guys know that I have oily skin for the most part. I would say it's gotten a little bit better. It's not as oily as it once was, but it's pretty oily. So the combo that I have been obsessed with, and you guys know I talked about it in my recent favorites video, is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless and the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. These two together are heaven. On their own, they're alright, but together they're like... So I'm just gonna pour some of my Maybelline Fit Me, because I don't have a pump. So I just poured each individual one on my hand, and I'm gonna mix them together with a brush that I can't find. Here we go. With like a painter brush. Are these called painter brushes? Like I can't recall. And then just apply it straight onto my face with the same brush. And here we go. I'm not going to blend it out with that brush because I actually honestly really hate those brushes. I think most people hate those brushes for like blending out foundation. But I am going to take a damp beauty blender. And the foundation's already on my face, so I'm just going to blend it out. Beauty blender is my absolute favorite tool in the whole entire universe. I don't think I would ever, honestly, ever use a foundation brush again in my life. Honestly. No joke. So now I'm going to go in with my cream contour. I personally like to contour before I highlight. I know that's kind of weird. I know people usually like to do it the other way around, but I'm weird. So what can I say? I just prefer it. So my favorite cream contour palette at the moment, well, I mean for a couple months since it's been out, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Cream Kit, and this one's in medium. So I'm going to go in with this color right here. So I'm just gonna place this right where my cheekbone, you know, should be, which is around this area, and that looks good enough to me. And I'm just gonna do that all around my face. I'm gonna go onto this side. And then I'm gonna go with the second shade, which is called Cinnamon, right here. And I'm gonna use that on the sides of my forehead and to contour my forehead a little bit because it's big. So that's what we're gonna do right here on my forehead because it's big, it's real big. And then just taking Cinnamon again, and I'm gonna put it right under my jaw here because these tensions, they need to go. They're not attractive. I'm not gonna leave it like this, so please don't think I am. I'm gonna blend it. So now I'm gonna take the same beauty blender. See how I love this thing, and I'm just gonna blend that out with the butt side. And again, still just doing tapping motions. So when I get here, I'm kind of pinching the beauty blender a little bit and still doing my tapping motions. And a lot of people really blend like super hard right here, but I'm not one of those people because, like I told you, I like pretty intense contouring. That's pretty much where I'm going to stop blending just because I feel like that's enough. And obviously right now it looks super obvious and like you're like, Katie, wait, you're going to stop. But it's going to look better once we have everything on, so don't worry. A lot of people do cream contouring because it could come off a little bit more natural. Like if you were just to do cream contouring and stop, it would look more like your skin rather than powder, which kind of looks a little bit more harsh. I personally do it because I feel like it comes out a little bit nicer and a little bit more precise once I do cream contour and then powder, because I never stop at cream. Like I always do powder on top, and it makes it last a little bit longer. Okay, so now to highlight, I am going to use my concealers. I pretty much always use two concealers. I can't really tell you why because I've just always done it. Literally, I've always done it. I could use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, which is one of the ones that I'm going to use. I do use this by itself sometimes, but for the majority of the time I use two concealers. I really don't know why. I feel like it's so wasteful, but like I can't stop. Is that weird? Does anybody have like a makeup habit they do like that? Like, is that just me? But anyway, so I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in this shade. I'm sorry, medium light neutral. Why could I not find that? And I'm also going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Classic Ivory, which is, this one is way lighter than this one. It also has much more of a pink tone. This one is more neutral, but I feel like it has like a hint of yellow in there. So I just feel like together they'd be fun to use. So that's where we're going. So first I'm going to apply the Urban Decay Naked Skin in a triangle type motion. So now I'm going to go in with the Pro Concealer by LA Girl. And I do have this in two shades, but I like this shade more. And most people tend to go, I want to say like 1 to 2 shades lighter with their concealer because they're doing it for highlighting purposes. I want to say I go like 10 shades, no, not 10 shades, but I go a lot of shades lighter, I'm not going to lie. And the reason for that is because I like it. I like a really highlighted look. It's just what I prefer. It's all personal preference. And now I'm just going to highlight in the center of my forehead, just like I contoured on the perimeter. I'm highlighting in the center. And going down the bridge of my nose to slim it out. Well, not really to slim it out. I think I have a nice nose shape, to be honest. But I just like how it looks when it has a little bit more definition. I'm going a little bit on the chin just so it balances out for no other reason than that. And my favorite place ever to highlight. I know it's so weird, but I love highlighting my Cupid's bow so much. It's literally like life to me. So instead of just going like right in the center like I know a lot of people do, I kind of go right on the actual Cupid's bow. I usually just start out with the places that have the least amount of concealer because then I don't want them to end up with more concealer. And then I'll work my way to my under eye. Now, just going underneath the eyes. I promise you this will look insane before it's completely done. And by completely done, I mean the entire face. It will look crazy. I'm not playing. It's gonna look crazy. Like right now, it looks crazy. But it's okay, it's okay. Just trust me. You guys trust me? So, what you're gonna do after this, well, I mean, what I'm gonna do, it's completely up to you, is set everything with powder. When setting my under eyes, I only like to go in with loose powders because I feel like pressed powders don't do anything for my under eyes. Honestly, they don't set them. They don't stop them from creasing at all. You want to set them, set your under eyes especially, just so that they do not crease. Because I feel like, honestly, every concealer creases if you don't set it. Personally, every concealer I've ever used, I feel like has creased. So my personal favorite loose setting powder for under my eyes, as of lately, is the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. Translucent Loose Setting Powder. Yeah, I just totally messed that up. And I am just going to take a dry beauty blender. This is not the beauty blender that I was using. This is a beauty blender that I used like for a couple of days just for my powder. So I'm just going to stick that into the powder. Very much so. And I'm going to kind of bake. I'm sure you guys have seen people all over YouTube and Instagram baking, which just means you're putting on a huge amount of powder, like an obscene amount of powder, and you kind of brush it away after 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever minutes. The reason I was putting quotes around baking when I said like I was gonna do it is because I don't feel like I do it the way that other people do it, and I kind of really like the way that I do it. I don't really like, I put on a lot of powder, but then I don't brush it away after 5 or 10 minutes. I wait like maybe 1 minute and I just tap it in. So just like you would blend out, you know, concealer, just tap it in. And I feel like that really sets everything into place. Beyond just setting my under eye, I also set all my other highlighted areas. And the reason for that is because those are my areas that tend to get more oily throughout the day. I do not set my whole face with like a pressed powder. The only setting I really do is with the contour and the highlight powders, and that's it. And I find that that does last all day, especially with this foundation routine. To set my contoured areas, I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour powders, and honestly, I switch between my contour powders. I mean, one day this is my favorite, the next day my MAC powders are my favorite, the next day my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette is my favorite. Like, every day it changes, honestly. But I've been really loving this one as of recently. I mean, I've been loving it for a while, honestly. And my favorite color, if you can't tell, is this color Earth, because I feel like it goes so well with my skin tone. I like to take my NARS Ita brush, which if you guys don't know, I hate. And it's kind of a weird situation, me and this brush. I hate this brush because it sheds. Look at that funky shape that it's in. And it's not an old brush. Honestly, it's not old. It's not an old brush. I want to say I bought it 5, 6 months ago, and I treat it, I'd say, very nicely. Like, no harsher than any of my other brushes. And it sheds like crazy. And it's not worth the $55 that my fiance paid for it, because I didn't pay for it. But, you know, it's just not worth it to me. But I love the way that it contours. So if this brush was to completely fall apart on me today, would I repurchase it? So I'm just gonna go exactly into that Earth powder, and I'm gonna go exactly where I have my cream contour, which is just right in this general area, if you guys can see. And we are just contouring, basically. And again, you guys are probably looking at this like, wow, this girl's absolutely insane. But wait. And I'm also going to go on the perimeters of my forehead. Just because this forehead is real. So I have been loving the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow for my nose contour. I just take the sculpting shade and this random brush from Jesus knows where. I think it's from like eBay or Amazon or one of those places. And I just take it and contour my nose. I like to go down the sides of my nose. Again, not because my nose I think is an ugly shape. I don't you know, necessarily believe that it's an ugly shape. I tend to like it. But if the rest of my face is contoured, I feel like how's my nose not going to be contoured? So I just hopped off camera and threw on apparently like 8 tons of blush. But I just wanted to show you guys what I do after I do my blush, because I'll do my contour. That was pretty much it for my powder contour, except that after I do my blush, I always feel like I need to go in again. So I'll go in with either Carob or Espresso, which are the two darkest shades in my palette. Let's go with Carob because it's the darker one, and why not? And I'm just going to go and deepen that up in the slightest. And the camera, it's looking really like out of control. But in real life, I promise it's not that out of control. It's a little bit out of control, but not too much. And then just blend that out a little bit. So I'm just gonna go finish up my makeup and then I'll be right back to say bye. So I am back with all of my makeup on. So this is kind of like the typical eye look for Katie, like out of control, dramatic, for no reason. So now you can see, like, even though the contour is dramatic and the highlight of course is dramatic because I live for a highlight, it kind of goes with everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so happy to finally get it up for you. Like, honestly, this was so overdue. Like, I don't know what was wrong with me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My name is just @kdanger_. It's probably in the corner here somewhere, but it's also in the description box along with everything on my face. I have a tutorial very similar to this look. It wasn't on purpose, but it's very similar except for pretty much what's in the center. But I'll leave all the details down below, and I'll also leave that tutorial in case you guys are curious down below as well. And I think that's all I have to say, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!